Welcome to this special edition of the Blue Room, where I will be having a chat with Louise from Loose Articles. If you weren't aware of who they are or who they were before this week, you probably will after seeing Louise in a cracking OG 1980s Everton drill top on Twitter. Louise, how are you?
Yeah, good. Buzzing to be here. My
Yeah, it's good.
dream come true.
It's good to have you on. Do you know what? I didn't realise we had such esteemed listeners of the Blue Room. I thought it was all just middle-aged fellas like me, but apparently not. So yeah, I tell you what, I was trying to think of how we can sort of kick off the conversation. Obviously, going to have loads to talk about the music, enough to talk about Everton. But I read that you used to live in Germany and design football kits. Now, I hope that that's true. If so, can you just tell us a bit more about that?
I forgot about. I didn't even think about talking about that. Yeah. So basically, um, yeah. So I did an internship at uni. I did fashion design technology, and I got an internship to go move to Germany and work at Puma, but in the team sport department. So,
Amazing.
and at the time, it was when they were pitching. Puma weren't kind of a bit of a downward spiral, and they were pitching for Arsenal. So
Yeah.
they got that, they landed that big contract and stuff. And Thierry Henry was like walking about, Arsene Wenger was walking about. It was great. And I worked on like, I think, what other kits to do, like Newcastle and stuff. So yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that's class. That because Puma like popped again after that, didn't it?
Yeah, well, when I was there, they were making a lot of redundancies. And then I kind of left, went back to uni, and they just kind of rocketed and got loads of amazing contracts and stuff. But I've always
Yeah.
loved their kits, some of the Puma kits.
Yeah, the old Puma Everton ones were class, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. What was the one with the K Kish
K-Jan.
Asian? That was my favorite one when Rooney.
Yeah, so there was like the really skin tight ones. Remember when football kits went really tight? There was those ones, and
Yeah,
then they had like the 125th anniversary, I think, of the club, where it had the white round collar,
yeah,
and we had the amber one with the navy collar, like the proper classic Everton kits.
yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my kind of era. So I had a season ticket from the whole of David Moyes' reign. Basically, it started then, and then we moved away. So it ended as well. Like the last match was it like United or something? I remember clapping him off and stuff, and that was like my kind of era where I just got
yeah.
into it. Still obsessed with Tim Cahill, Tommy Gravison. That's like my pack. That's my crowd. I'm starting to fall in love with a few of the players at the moment, but not as much as that. That was
It,
like,
yeah, it was easy to take for granted at the time, wasn't it? But it feels like a little bit of a golden period now,
yeah.
considering what after it.
Shame we didn't win anything, but we still got Seamus Coleman from it, so I'll hang on to that.
Where did you used to sit?
So basically, we sat. All my family are still there. So basically, all my family are from the Wirral,
Oh yeah,
Birkenhead,
same.
and so I grew up in the Midlands, Nottinghamshire, and we used to go up every other weekend with a season ticket. And we sat like 12 rows up from halfway line in the paddock. So like the
Oh,
dream
nice.
seat.
Yeah,
Yeah, space in the dugout. So it was brilliant.
yeah, that's a good. That's my seat there, like, right in the corner at the back of the park end.
Ah, yeah.
That's where me and my dad and the kids all sit. Um, so just on the kit thing again, just going back to that, I was going to ask what's your favourite ever Everton kit? Was it one of those Puma ones or?
Do you know, I think, yeah, maybe, but then actually going back to that, it was before my time. But my sister and my dad had the salmon pink one. Was it
93.
93? I'm 92, born in 92. And for ages I've wanted to get my hands on it. And then my dad now, because obviously I've gone viral wearing his kit, he's like, I'll send it up to you, you can wear it. So basically, the next time I play Liverpool, I'll be wearing the salmon pink kit.
Oh, it's right.
I
I
think
think
that's like
that
my
is,
favorite, iconic.
yeah, I think it's mine as well. I remember my mum and dad bought me that as a surprise on the day it was out. I think it came out midweek or something. And when I got home from school, they had it there waiting for me. I was so happy. It's such a belter though, isn't it?
It is odd colour, but it just works, doesn't it? Especially with a tan.
Yeah, yeah, definitely one of those for holiday, isn't it? That's another one the kids have nicked off me as well. Um, yeah, I was going to also ask why Everton, but I think you've answered that. Family.
Yeah,
It's always blame the parents.
it is. And it is. People always ask me because obviously I've not got the accent or anything, but I think that's what's the beauty of it. Like wherever I've lived in a few different places, now Manchester based, but it's still kind of like, oh, you're an Everton fan. Like, why? That's odd. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's my team. I love him. I wish I could get to more matches, but obviously being in the band and stuff now, Saturdays, Sundays pretty big. So
Yeah, and also be in other places apart from the Northwest. So not easy to get to.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What about the other girls in the band? Who were they? Who were their teams?
So we've got Nat, the singer, the one that's always orange. They kind of say United. I feel like she's got a few Burnley kits knocking about, maybe from an ex-boy. I can't remember, but Erin definitely is United. Abby not so much. She's more rugby, the drummer. But we had a great experience once of going to FC United ground, and
Oh yeah.
we played the Concords before the match, and I remember thinking, oh, it's related to United, and I'm not bothered. I had such a great day. It was such a nice atmosphere and cheap drinks, and everyone embraced our music and stuff. So I think I probably would go back and watch like a cheap match there because it was a really nice experience. FC United. I don't think I'm allowed to say that on here, but
No, no, we've got a few of our lot go to Marine. So that's another non-league one. I think it's just a totally different experience, isn't it? You go to a
yeah,
Premier League game, it's massive, and it's all, I don't know, it's not, you don't get that intimacy really,
definitely.
and you can't have a bevy while you're watching the game, things like that.
That was the highlight. They're
Yeah.
really good cheap pies as well. It was just a really nice experience, but definitely playing before the match as well in the Concords. After this whole thing, actually, I was thinking, could you do that at Goodison? Because I know City do it a lot and stuff, but they've got like a little stage, haven't they? But they
Yeah,
don't have bands or anything.
you got the fan zone stage.
Have you ever seen a band on there?
Yeah, who used to play? I don't know if you've heard of them, the Johns are a local band.
No, I've
Two
not. I
Ks.
will be listening to them.
2Ks. I mean, I'm going back a few years now. I remember they played on there, and they do have bands playing on there.
Right. Ooh.
Okay, let's get in touch with the club. Get
Yeah.
that, and then put your pitch to open at Bramley Moore.
Yeah. Oh my God.
There we
Makes
go.
me cry.
It's all that. Well, we'll come on to that later because you've got a really big gig coming up soon.
Oh yeah. Big
Yeah,
one.
yeah. I want to talk about New Order as well. I've never seen.
Oh what?
No, I've never seen the one that like on my list. I've just got tickets to go and see Air in London. They're playing Moon Safari, the whole album.
Oh, I
So,
didn't know that was that.
so that's one off my list. But New Order, I think, are probably the only other ones.
Yeah,
So
they play all the time as
yeah,
well.
yeah, I'll be able. I'm sure they're playing in Leeds next year, so I
Like,
might uh I might
it's
try and sort.
very spectacular, like the production and everything. It's incredible. It's really special.
Yeah, did you? I've seen the New Order film. What's it called? I want to watch it in Liverpool about 2 years ago. It's about when they did like a Manchester Music Festival and a Venice Music Festival, and it was just about the band preparing for that, and there was a massive light show, and it was like it was like a sort of an art installation as well as New Order.
Yeah, I think I did see. I did see it. Sorry, we've got a plaster in. That's why.
It's all
Walk behind. Just on a live. Just getting recorded. Sorry. Busy day. That's all right, innit? You can cut that out.
That's fine. Yeah, don't worry. We'll keep it all in. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
Yeah.
meet the plasterer. And
Enjoy your 10 points deduction.
oh no.
I'm a City fan, mate. We're getting worse than that.
Oh, mate, you'll be in the Northwest Counties League before you know it.
Oh, yeah, my partner's actually United. We live like 15 minutes from United, unfortunately. And he's going on Sunday to the match. So
Okay.
I'm a bit gutted I'm not going because I'm so excited to see it, like the atmosphere and everything.
Yeah, me too. Purely because when you get our backs up and you make us annoyed. I mean, I've been looking at, like, I'm sure you've seen yourself on Twitter, and the amount of stuff that seems to be getting made for it. Like, it looks like there's a load of leaflets getting printed out. Apparently, there's some huge flags. It does feel like it's going to be like a really horrible Goodison Park, which is what we need, isn't it?
Yeah, iconic moment, I think.
Yeah. What do you reckon of point deduction? What are your thoughts on it? ambivalent, really. It was weird.
I got told on the Friday, and I couldn't speak for like 2 hours. I was just, and my first reaction was, that's it, I'm done boycotting football. I hate it. What's the point? Like, what is the point? Just absolutely soul destroyed. And then after I've listened to loads of stuff on it, trying to understand all the nitty gritty stuff, and actually, like, the fans' reaction and everything, it's just made me love us even more, and like actually put fuel in the fire kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping it'll get reduced and stuff. Like, it's all really smelly, the whole thing, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
More and more you read into it, you're just like, this is just, obviously we need to be punished, but it just
The
doesn't add up.
The more that comes out,
the more that comes out,
the worse it is. Like, the fact that you've now said, haven't they, they're not gonna take this as like a precedent test case for other things. So basically, City and Chelsea won't get the same sort of punishment. This is just, it's like an Everton rule, like everything. It's just, we'll do it to them once. So I think, when it first came out, I was a little bit like, well, yeah, that's quite bad actually. But I was expecting something, and I knew they'd just be bastards about it.
Yeah.
But then, so I was quite like resigned to it, to the point where we were getting a little bit of stick in like the comments on YouTube and that, saying, why aren't you more pissed off about it? And things like that. It's like, I don't know.
We're just used to it. We're just used to the kind of like,
just roll with the blows. But yeah, it's definitely
heartbroken.
But
I didn't know that you just said. That's another smell thing, isn't it? What the hell?
I know, it's mad.
Anyway, roll on Sunday. Hopefully, we can use it and it'll galvanise us. That's what everyone's saying, isn't it? And I'm just hoping that everyone's saying that it doesn't affect our minds. Do you know what I mean? Everyone seems to expect us to do this, the players. I'm just hoping they do. But they seem like the kind of, Sean Dyche and the squad at the moment seems like the kind of squad that would react to it well.
Yeah, he's got them. He does seem to have already got that little bit of siege mentality and a little bit of toughness, mental toughness about them. So you think back to the Palace game last week. You know, they pull it back to 2-2 a couple of seasons ago. We lose that 3-4-2.
Yeah.
So to go on and win a game like that, it shows something's different, isn't it, this season?
Yeah, something's been lit and it's great.
Yeah, my big fear for Sunday now, just because I'm dead cynical, is that we'll all be up for it, and then like Bruno will score a goal in the first minute and something, and shut us all up and be like, oh, for God's sake, here we go.
No, it'll be. I'm excited, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting few years of football, I think, with everything. I decided to hate football, but now I just love Everton even more. But
just when you thought you were out, you're back in every single time. Just looking at this team then, because I think for the last 2 seasons I've probably pretty much hated everyone apart from Jordan Pickford. I thought you're all a gang of shitbags and stuff like that. This year you do feel a bit different. Who do you reckon your favourite current player is in that squad?
I think I forgot to say Decore. I think it's like he's just there, constant, isn't it? And you know that whole when he signed his contract the other week, and just some of the things he said, I get really emotionally involved in what the players are thinking. And my dad's always like this, like, Joe, it doesn't matter, they're just there to play and stuff. And I'm like, no, but they have to really love us and get us. And I think he does. Like, he's got such a big heart for us and has really just loves the fans and stuff. So I'm gonna definitely him.
Go with Decore. Yeah. He scored some vital goals, not least against Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Where were you for that game? Were you about or?
No, I didn't. I was watching it, I think. Trying to think now. No, I had it on Sky Sports News and was just kind of listening on it. But yeah, do you know what? I need to make it some more matches, but I've got family that go, so I should probably try and get a few more. I've just been to the Luton one this season, unfortunately. That's the only one I've been.
That one,
I know, and it was bloody raining, it was wet and cold, and first time at a match with my dad for ages because he'd come up from Cornwall, and it was just depressing.
It was. And then you had the Luton fans as well, who were just singing some of the worst chants I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Terrible group of lads then. So who do you reckon your favourite ever player is then? So I know Big Dunk gets name checked.
He does. Again, like Big Dunk was, I'm probably, A
Yeah,
little bit
you were
too young for him, but
only,
I get it and I love him. And when he managed us, that was special time and stuff.
yeah.
And we've obviously shouted him out in some of our songs and stuff. And the whistle that I use has got Big Dunk engraved in it.
That's
from
amazing.
Nat, the band members got it engraved with Big Dunk. But Tim Cahill, like, I can't describe how obsessed I was with him. Again, he just got the club, didn't he? And he
Yeah.
became toffee straight away, and that's what I love about. And he's still linked with us, isn't he now?
Yeah, he kind of embodied the whole Moyes era, didn't he? Because we got him for like what, 1.75 million, I think.
God, from
And he
Millwall, yeah.
just became like this sort of talismanic player for years, for like a decade.
And
Yeah.
I think I had him on, I had him on Football Manager or something before he signed for us, and I put him in our team, and then we actually signed him like not long after, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm thinking like, and then I just adopted him ever since, and then he just kept banging in them goals. So yeah, definitely Tim Cahill above and beyond.
So every time after you did that with Tim Cahill, did you like try it with like Luis Figo and Ronaldinho just to see if it worked again?
Oh yeah, I should have, shouldn't I?
Just see what happens. Samuel Eto'o, bloody hell, it worked again.
Oh. Yeah, start doing that again.
Might have to, I think. If it worked that one time, it could work again. That's so just made me think about like Big Dunk in Kick Like a Girl.
Yeah.
There's another song. Do you know a band called Professor Yaffle?
No.
So they're a local band, Liverpool band. They've got a song called Put It Out that name checks Stuart Barlow. So all these 90s heroes getting name checked in songs, I'm all for it.
Oh, I'm gonna have to write that down after this. I'll have to listen to it.
Yeah, I think it's about getting stoned at Goodison while Everton are playing in the early 90s and Stuart Barlow's playing. So quite niche reference points, but I'm sure you'll appreciate it.
I'll definitely be listening to that. No, the lyrics. So I didn't write the lyrics, but Natalie, our singer, wrote them, and she just got it straight away because all I talk about is Everton, and they've seen me nearly in tears and stuff, and they just go through the roller coaster ride with me and see how irate I get sometimes. And then I think I just said about Duncan Ferguson once, and I told her the story about him going to prison for basically just kind of headbutting someone.
It wasn't even a good headbutt, was it? It was more just head to head. Well, a collision.
And that's that. I know he didn't play for us then when he was doing it, but that's just Everton, isn't it? That he goes to prison
for
while
he's playing
headbutt, and like, was it Cantona like nearly karate kicked someone's head off, and he just got a bit of a ban. Like, he should have been in prison for that.
Yeah, he did. It was a proper kick, like karate kick right to the chest, and then he like did the proper haymaker, smacked him as well. Yeah, I think he got an 8-month ban and no jail time.
He should have gone to prison. But yeah, it still baffles me that when I look back at the footage of him going to prison for it. But probably better that it did, because then he ended up with us, doesn't he? Because he left Scotland after.
Yeah, that was it. He'd had enough of the Scottish FA and everything. I remember we went to Portsmouth, his first game for Everton, when he came on loan with Ian Durant from Rangers. And I think he came on in the second half. And remember at the end of the game, he mate on the way home goes, "That new lad looks good in the air, doesn't he?" It's like it's the biggest understatement ever. Like, he'd just been watching half of football with Duncan Ferguson. He said he looks all right in the air, doesn't he? Huge understatement.
Cat's come to join us.
Oh, good. What's the cat called?
Peggy. Duncan Ferguson. Sorry, no, she's called Duncan.
Mine's not in at the minute. It's called Colin Robinson. We're doing the shadows.
Love it.
Let's go on to the music, if that's all right with you.
Yeah.
As I said, I'd not heard of your band until last week. You got tweeted wearing that top. Had a listen, and it's amazing. I love the sound. It's very I'm at that age now whereby I listen to something and I'm one of those boys who's like, "Oh, what does that sound like?" Do you know when you get to that point and you're thinking, right, what are the influences? So I'm getting like things like Gang of Four, who you supported.
Yeah.
Wire, that kind of angular thing. Little bit of La Femme as well. So there's quite a few things, and it just, I love that post-punk sound. Is that like the big influence of the band, or?
Yeah, I think when we started out, we got a lot of Fall references, and like people in the band absolutely love the Fall and stuff, and obviously the Manchester heritage side.
Yeah.
But I think our guitarist loves Wire as well. Like, so you can hear all of that. But yeah, I think especially recently, because I used to be the drummer in the band.
Yeah, I read
I
that.
started off, and then I had a baby, and then kind of went away. And Abby's been incredible on the drums, and I've actually always been a piano player, so getting on the keys was just like this, more where I thought I belonged. Like anyway, so I think like we've got some new tunes we've been recording the last few weeks, and we are evolving loads. So I think like you'll start to hear new references maybe. Like I think next year, I've been told to plug all this by my manager.
Oh yeah, I was going to say we'll get the plugs done now and at the end. So go for it.
Yeah, well, so basically, yeah, we're writing an album early next year, so it'll all kind of coincide with the big Foo Fighters support that we're doing, which is literally, I can see where we're playing now, like just across the road from me.
And you are close to Old Trafford then?
Very, very close to Old Trafford. Too close. It's painful. Can't hear it though, you know.
No,
Never hear it. It's crazy.
it's like Anfield, shite.
Bloody quiet. Yeah, and then we're doing actually a headline show in Manchester, in Salford actually, at the White Hotel. Just need to remember my dates.
That's December 4th, is it?
Yes.
Thought
No,
so.
December. Yeah,
Is it 4th-ish?
December.
I was doing my research on it before.
Oh God, I hope I've got it right. Anyway, it's all on our Instagram and stuff. I'm crap with numbers and remembering stuff.
What's your Instagram at?
This was the thing my manager said. Ask them if Everton FC will adopt us and help us get the album to #1 in June. So that's
okay. We'll do what we can. We got Spirit of the Blues to #1, so
yeah, it's gonna happen. We just need to write a more Everton song next, maybe, because the reaction, the amount of followers we got after wearing this this on Twitter, we've got like hundreds and hundreds of new followers overnight, and it's all like EFC Bill and Kendall's dolls or something.
Yeah, so it's 1878, all that.
Yeah, like really Everton looking after their own. It's nice to know that people are liking the music as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, big year for us next year. We've got Foo Fighters, and then I think we're going to play quite a few of the festivals that I can't mention yet, but and we're going to France as well to do a little tour in France in February. So it's going to be a big one.
Yeah, that'll be nice. What are your thoughts on touring? I know some bands really love it. How are you as a band when you tour? Do you all get on? Do you do your own things, or?
Yeah, I think everyone really gets on. We're really lucky in that respect. We just have a really good laugh, and none of us take anything too seriously. Yeah, we're like sisters, really. It's lovely. I've kind of been out of the loop recently because I've had a baby, but I'm coming back into it more now and playing more gigs and stuff. But absolutely love it.
How have you found that transition to keyboard? Then you said that's where you saw yourself. Did the drum used to be what you do the gun?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're good.
Yeah, with Lou, the singer. Yeah, I'm not sure if she still does kind of do it. She's in so many bands, the drummer. She's incredible. She's like a full-time drummer in loads of different bands. But yeah, she was in She Drew the Gun because we played a festival with them in the summer. Bearded Theory. That was a really good festival. Yeah, they're great. She Drew the Gun.
Yeah, remember I saw them in Lockdown in Future Yard in Birkenhead. That's a venue you should play.
Well,
yes,
you should mention that because my partner, he puts on bands and stuff, and he started to look after Future Yard, and he was thinking, why don't we put loose articles on at Future Yard and then center it all around bands that like Everton and like really get loads of. If you know anyone that's in a band or a poet or something that loves Everton, just like make it a big Everton show.
We will, yeah, right. I'm on that. I've already thought of about 5 people.
Oh, sweet.
Let's make this happen, Future Yard.
And I'll make all the girls wear all my dad's old Everton jerseys, and it will be a right laugh.
It's on. Oh yeah. Or you could wear the Kick Like a Girl t-shirt. Kit.
Yeah. You've seen them
you're Big Duncan that then, I guess.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. So we designed all our own football jerseys, and we did used to sell them. Yeah, you could get your names printed on the back and kind of made our own football logo and stuff. So,
I reckon you should do another run of them now.
Yeah, I think
they'd fly out, you know.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Yeah.
They're quite expensive to make, so I don't think we were really making much money on them. But it's just nice to know that someone had they were good kits as well.
Yeah, it's ace. Yeah, definitely think you should do another one of them. Is that a big thing then? Sort of being in a band now. Obviously because streaming doesn't make much money. It's pretty pitiful, isn't it? The amount you make. Is the merch side of things like really important? Obviously, if you like a band, you should go out and buy the CD, the album, as well as streaming. But is the merch side, is all that really important?
Definitely, 100%. Yeah, when you sell like Spotify, I think you can make a couple of quid a month off. Not even that.
Yeah,
It's shocking.
it's awful.
But yeah, merch is great. It can help fund albums and making singles, and it can help funders like go like play in Europe and stuff. For instance, you don't make money off it, you lose money.
Yeah.
So it helps things like that. So yeah, it's definitely good to. I've got about 100 band t-shirts in here that I don't wear, but at least it went towards something good.
Yeah, I remember like I do this every podcast I do. I always go, right, back in the 90s, and everyone takes the piss out of me for it. But back in the 90s, when you went to a gig, you'd only be able to get t-shirts in like XL. Like they'd just be one size fits none, basically. So I've got like loads of band t-shirts from the 90s that just about fit me now. And when I was like 17 and like about 9 stone ring and wet, didn't go near me. Weirdly, I saw Badly Drawn Boy play at Future Yard earlier this year. And do you remember this Disillusion video with the taxi t-shirt?
No,
It's a yellow t-shirt, just the taxi written across the front.
Right.
Bought one at the original gig I saw him in 2002. And he was selling them again at this gig. So I bought another one. So I've got 2 taxi t-shirts. So it's good merch.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, definitely. So I'm just moving room because plaster's coming in this one. He's doing like loads of bits in the house, so I'm just getting moved into.
It's right, on the move. It's fine.
Oh, crazy.
It's like an episode of Through the Kale now. I can see United scarf on the back of the door there.
Oh no. Oh no, don't worry, I'll chuck it out the window. Got a loose articles tote bag. There we go.
Love a tote bag. I bought a tote bag I went to see back in Manchester last year. And I was looking at the t-shirts and decided on a tote bag instead. So I think I'm at that age now where I'm more into tote bags than t-shirts.
Tote bag twat.
Yeah, basically, pretty much. I have been called a buckethead bastard in the past, so a tote bag twat will do. Yeah, so just on the merch side of stuff, I'm being a bit imaginative. Sinead loves Bitcoin. How's the NFT thing going? Because for people who've not sort of read up on that, just explain a little bit about that, because it's pretty funny with your Bored Apes.
Yeah, right. So I'm probably the worst person to ask for it because I don't really understand it myself. I know, like, I can't even read my Instagram messages. I'm awful on any form of. But yeah, I actually don't know. I'm a really bad person to ask about that. I didn't really have a hand in it, but the apes were great. Whoever drew them, and I think it was our people that Alcopop that released our singles and stuff, sorted it all out and stuff. And we just basically sent pictures of ourselves, and then someone drew us all as these apes. But
yeah,
it was that whole world of NFTs freaks me out. I can't get my head around it.
Yeah, same. It's a massive scam, isn't it? But I mean, I guess that's what the song's about.
Yeah, definitely.
So it was funny when I read up on it. It was like, oh my God, I know about 3 or 4 people who the same thing happened to, where suddenly you get DMs from them saying, do you want to buy some Bitcoin? It's like, what's that? And then the Instagram stories like, buy Bitcoin. It's great. It's like, what? Where's this come from?
It's just like a whole crazy world, isn't it?
Yeah. In the video, then, was that Sinead herself?
Yeah, so that's the famous Sinead, and she's been getting on stage with us at our shows and just getting. She's got this like amazing Scottish accent, and she's just like our Bez at the moment. She gets such a good reaction. She came on stage at in Liverpool the other day and got a really good reaction. She just gets the crowd going and dresses like chicken nuggets now. That's a new thing. Just all a bit mad.
That explains your wee chicken nugget then, the accent.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
All adds up now. I just want to go back to the music industry thing a little bit. how do you find the music industry? Broad question, but I mean, as like an all-female band, working class as well, feels to me like it's got. Don't want to go too serious on stuff, but and people will be switching off now. Start talking politics. They'll just be like, "Oh, shut up, lads." But it feels like it's gone more and more and more middle class over the last 2 decades at least. Since like the sort of splurge in the 90s of like Oasis and Pulp and a load of working class bands getting big breaks and getting used, basically. It just feels like it's gone really bland, really generic. Certainly at the upper end of things. Independents are completely different, but how do you feel dealing in that industry? How is it to you?
Well, it's just expensive. Like we've all got full-time jobs, and trying to do the touring thing and stuff with your full-time job, you've got like what 21 days holiday and stuff, and
Yeah,
it's like it's so hard to do. And if you're trying to do an album and tour a gig, you basically can't work. But music does not pay you enough to fund. You know what I mean? To give you a salary. And I
yeah,
reckon, I know we're not at the massive heights like yet, but I think you'd have to climb really far up the ladder to even start like paying your rent and stuff like that and doing it full time, which is so sad because it just means that the rich are going to be able to have all that time to do every single gig and to tour Europe and
yeah.
you know what I mean, and go to America, do all these things, keep bashing out singles, and some mummy and daddy paying for it. Maybe I don't know. It's just so unfair.
Yeah, Tarquin getting his shit band funded by his mum and dad, basically. It's a lot of that.
Yeah, and I like paying for instruments and stuff as well. Like you basically, it's that's what we're struggling with at the moment. It's getting that mid between working full time and trying to be in a band that should be a full time job really, but it just is nowhere near paid well enough to do that.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, that's where there should be like grants or like the old days where bands could claim dole and stuff, and things like that. That's what it should be, isn't it? To just sort of like let people be artistic and do the things that you like. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But at least you had a fair crack at it. It's infuriating, but I think you can see in like just how bland sort of the mainstream music is now.
Yeah.
So when you go to like independent level, and there are a lot of bands like yourself, Panic Shack, Dream Machine. There's a lot of new like young bands coming through who are really good. But you say, if you got to work like a full-time job at the same time, it's hard enough having a hobby and a full-time job. So having to like do something that's involved being a band.
Yeah. And if you want to get seen more and get out there more, you have to have that time and that money to do it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I think in France or something, I don't know if I'm completely right with this, but they get like, I think if you're a musician, the government give you like 16 grand or something, so you can, as a salary to help you, so you can pursue it, which I thought that's what someone told me anyway. So, but I don't think we don't have anything like that in place. But
that's it. I mean, that's the dream. I mean, it's still not loads, but God, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, get some beans on toast down you and stuff, and
maybe treat yourself with an egg on top, something like that as well.
Yeah.
Do you reckon then what's your plan for the band apart from like maybe world domination? Would it be to go and sign for a major? Because
I think like our options are open. Because people do it on their own as well now as well. People are starting to do that and stuff. But yeah, I mean that would be great, and we could just kind of leave our jobs and just properly focus on the music and rehearsing and writing stuff. There's like a big thing in Manchester at the moment, which is awful. So there was this big place called Brunswick rehearsal. Brunswick, which is like a rehearsal rooms, and basically every band in Manchester used to rehearse there and everything. Anyway, they shut it down and they've turned it into flats, and it's been going since like absolutely ages. And we were thinking the amount of bands that were in that that now don't have anywhere to practice because they've shut down all the rehearsal rooms, that they're basically in a few years you're going to see that impact massively. There's not going to be any bands because we're struggling. We're having to go to like Mosley and stuff and go to random places just so we can rehearse together and practice because there's nowhere in Manchester, which calls itself city of music to bloody practice.
Yeah, it's daft, and Liverpool's the same. It's sort of like, so both cities sort of like fancy themselves as like, and rightly, as like historically like musical hubs and hotspots. But the Park Street Studios has just been knocked down in Liverpool.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, right, God.
Yeah, so it you know, which was a massive recording studio that like
Yeah.
a lot of big bands had recorded there. It seems like, I don't know if it's just a city council thing where they're just trying to chase the student flats or the unaffordable accommodation.
Mm.
And you know what? Forget the art. Will just, if people can live in there and we can make a few quid. It's depressing, isn't it?
It's so sad. I know. I hate it. It gets me really upset because we played Texas when we supported New Order.
Yeah. Let's tell you what. Let's pick the conversation up.
Yeah.
Talk about New Order in South by Southwest.
Well, I'm a huge New Order fan again through my dad, actually. And mum and dad absolutely love New Order and kind of grew up with it. And when we got that, like, you know, you're going to Austin, Texas to support New Order, I was like, it's up there with being on the Blue Room, you know, it's pretty big stuff. It was everything I hoped it would be. I was playing drums at the time, it was incredible, really surreal moment. And I think I got the opportunity to meet them after. And I was so overwhelmed by the whole experience. I just got really drunk and just had to go home. So I didn't even meet them. They were like in the room next door, and I was like, I can't do it. Which is the same. I had an opportunity to meet Tim Cale once, and I was so overwhelmed by it that I just freaked out and ran away. Didn't dare meet him. Never meet your heroes.
It's a weird feeling, isn't it? You sort of, your heart starts racing. You think, you know what?
Yeah.
I just can't do this. The anxiety properly kicks in. It's mad.
And you want to keep them in that place in your head as well. You don't want to be disappointed. I'm sure I would Jim Cale, but I know I just couldn't do it at the time because all my books at school were just collage with his face. I was like, I can't meet him.
God no, yeah, that wouldn't be right, would it?
Bit odd.
Yeah. So the gigs you've got coming up, you said you're going to France, playing the White Hotel in Salford, which looks like a belter little venue, by the way.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Really cool.
Good. But yeah, so you're going to support the Foo Fighters at Old Trafford as well.
Yeah.
Does Dave Grohl handpick his openers and support acts?
Yeah, so I think we got this gig a few years ago now, and obviously it got cancelled because the drummer passed away, so they cancelled.
Oh yeah, of course.
So we were supposed to do it the summer before last, anyway, and then we found out it was so weird. So we was not a big band at all then as well, and I think he's so invested from the sounds of it, and like when he comes to somewhere like Manchester or Liverpool, he wants to help out the people that are there and stuff. So he said, can you just send me a list of all the bands, big and small, from the area? And he listens to them all, and he selected us, apparently. It's
amazing.
He actually listened to a big list of bands and then selected us. So it's going to be really special because he'll have actually, do you know what I mean? He's actually listened to us and stuff when we meet him, hopefully. So yeah, that's incredible. I can't wait to do it.
Yeah, that must be quite surreal, actually, to think that he's listened to, like, you know, I just said, yeah, it'll do for me.
Yeah, like out of this big list as well. Like, why us? But it's amazing.
I mean, fully deserved, like, gotta say.
Yeah, yeah.
It's nuts, isn't it? And it's such a nice thing as well for someone who is that big to still be invested like that.
Yeah, definitely. And he seems like such a sound person, doesn't he? Like that's what he's about, isn't it? Like it's what he buzzes off. So yeah, I can't. It's how many thousand people is it? Like 50, 60,000 people.
Like that's going to be big. How do you reckon you're going to prepare for that then? So if you let's take the White Hotel to Old Trafford as like examples. Obviously, you're going to be leading up to the gigs are going to be completely different. How do you reckon you'll get your head in a space to walk out on a stage and there's tens of thousands of people there?
I think we're all quite like obviously we get nervous and stuff. New Order was the most nervous we've all been, definitely. But I think we're going to get a lot of gigs before as well and kind of get our confidence up and stuff. We'll be gigging all summer anyway. I just think we'll just have like 4 Stellas each and then just rock up and be like, right, here we are. Sometimes the smaller gigs are harder because you can read people's faces and stuff. So actually,
yeah,
the bigger gigs we've done, I've actually found, I mean, I've not done like a stadium, but I've actually found it less stressful.
because it's less personal, I suppose. If
Yeah.
there's someone talking at the back of a like 300 capacity room, you're gonna hear them basically, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or see them staring at you, or I don't know. At least in this one, it's just kind of like, yeah, just go for it.
That'd be some experience that though. Do you reckon you'll meet Dave Grohl or get buried and go to bed early?
I'm gonna meet him. I'm gonna, because I love him and it's great. I'm not like this huge Foo Fighters nerd either, but it's weird when you listen to him how many songs you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm ready to meet him. I feel like I'd be a really relaxed person to be around as well. So
Yeah,
definitely won't get too drunk. I'll just have 5, 10 Stellas.
Just the 10. Yeah, me past 3 pints and I'm done. I'm ready to go home then. Let's tell you what, then we'll finish on a high again. What is the best part about being in a band, do you reckon? I think looking at your music videos, that looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, we're actually doing one this weekend. We're filming. We've got a song all about drinking beer. It's called I'd Rather Have a Beer. And it's going to be wild. I can't wait. We're getting into all sorts of weird stuff and like chucking beer around. Yeah, music videos are great.
Yeah.
And I just like going to play like Liverpool. I've not played Liverpool before. I was so excited. It felt like I was coming home because obviously spent a lot of my time there. Yeah, just like going to places and meeting new people and like yourself that want to talk about music and enjoy what you're doing and are listening to it. So yeah, it's good. And it's good. It's like it's a good hobby to have. It's a very sociable hobby.
Yeah, and it'll become a good career to have in good
Hopefully.
time, I'm sure.
Definitely.
Brilliant. That's amazing. Thanks for that. I appreciate you taking the time out to talk about Everton and music. Just before you go, let's do some plugs again.
Somewhat, sorry.
Some plugs. Let's plug things again. So the album's coming out next year.
Yeah. We're recording in February. Obviously lost my bloody phone, the headline show in Salford, which will be a big one. Is on the
I'm trying to find it myself.
Bloody plasterers in my room.
We're doing a good job of filling the time. I tell you what, while you're looking for your phone then,
I'll Google it now.
Talk us through the Social Sunday at the Ritz. The Ritz is a belter venue.
Social what? Oh, that we did ages ago.
Yeah.
That was quite a big show for us. Because obviously Andy Burnham came out and stuff. He was a big Everton fan.
Yeah.
So I made a beeline for him. Ritz is great. We've played there quite a few times now, but that was that was a really good show. Have you been the Ritz? Sorry.
Yeah, years ago, like.
It's got that kind of bouncy floor, kind of still, and bit of a horrible smell to it. 8th of Feb, got it. Okay, White Hotel, 8th of Feb.
I think it's December 4th. I don't know. Maybe
yeah, when you said that, my heart melted because I was like,
it's like next week. Sorry.
Yeah, so that'd be a great show.
And then if anyone's in France in February, can see you over there.
Definitely, and I think hoping next year there'll be quite a few. We did a lot of festivals this last summer, and that's kind of we flourish at festivals, so that'll be fun as well.
Yeah, that must be a belted experience. That and Instagram it's just at Loose Articles.
Loose Articles, yeah.
And the website is loosearticles.co.uk, where you can see all the videos, or go on YouTube and watch the videos. I would definitely recommend because they are lots of fun, especially Kick Like a Girl. There's some good skills on show, drinking and football, gotta say. It was
a great day. I had an awful hangover the next day. I used to play a lot of football, so it was good to get my boots out again and practice some free kicks.
Yeah. Oh, is it you next to cracking free kick right over the wall?
Do you know what I mean? Sign me up.
Defo, get you in on Sunday. Right, Louise, I appreciate that so much. Thanks for talking to us.
Love you.
Nice one. Good luck with the touring and the album recording and everything else. And we'll catch you soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.